Hello everyone. I am Sunita Barve from Computer Department of MIT Academy of Engineering, Alandi, Pune. Today's topic of my discussion is the art of writing research proposal. This presentation will be useful for all researchers who are willing to work on innovative research project and looking for some research grant from different funding agencies. Outline of my presentation is introduction to the topic, types of research proposal, important contents in research proposal, and guidelines to write good research proposal. Starting with introduction, we should understand why to write research proposal. First and most important thing, freedom to do intellectually stimulating work. If you are interested in new avenues and new programs, access to the additional resources. During our research work, we will require so many additional resources like equipment for doing our experiments, travel to the different research lab or institutes, fieldwork of our project, and staff. You may require support or salary for students or research associates. It will definitely keep you current in the field. It will increase your employability and academic improvement. Successful implementation of your research project will definitely increase your publication in reputed national and international journals. A proposal is a request for support of sponsored research. When you are looking for a financial assistant, you can write a research proposal and for getting the finance or funding for your research. It is both science and art. A good research proposal is based on scientific fact and on the art of clear communication. Your research proposal, it represents all scientific fact in your research, but in addition to that, the writing skills of giving the information or flow of information and your purpose of writing the research should be clearly stated in your research proposal. Good proposal quickly and easily answer the following questions. What do you want to do? How much will it cost and how much time it will take? You should have clear-cut understanding of what you are interested to do, what is the total cost of that, and what is the time required to perform this activity. How does the proposed project relate to the sponsor's interest? If it is sponsor's interest, there are more chances of getting the fund. What difference will the project make to your university, your students, your discipline, the state, the nation, or any other concerned parties? What is the contribution of your research project to the society? That should be clearly stated. How do you plan to do this research? Why should you rather than someone else to do this research? You have to specify your competence of doing this research work. When we are writing a research proposal, that time we should clearly understand a question and you should state that question clearly. And our objective should be stated properly. A good proposal should be always aim for the clarity. It highlight originality and significance. It will establish the context. What is the payoff should be mentioned. Use a fresh approach every time. Whenever you are writing a new research proposal, it should be with fresh approach. We should capture the reviewer's attention. If you are following all these guidelines, it will definitely capture the reviewer's attention. There are different types of research proposal: solicited proposals and unsolicited proposals. Solicited proposals are written or applied with a specific solicitation issued by a sponsor, like ISRO or DRDO. These are the funding agencies which are looking for some solicitation and some types of research projects only. They will ask for request for proposals or request for quotations, and according to their requirement, you have to write your research proposal. Usually specific in their requirement regarding formats and technical contents, and definitely there are some terms and conditions. may stipulate certain awards also. Unsolicited proposals submitted to a sponsorer that has not issued a specific solicitation but is believed by the investigator to have an interest in the subject. So definitely there are funding agencies which are some giving unsolicited proposals funding, and there are some funding agencies who are working on solicited proposals. Forward to the contents of research proposal. These are the contents of research proposal or components of the research proposal: title, summary or abstract, introduction, statement of the problem, background or context, bibliography, organizational capability, budget or cost effectiveness, and expected results. The title is very important, extremely important, and must be chosen with great care. Concise title that gives reviewer a general sense of what you are investigating. It should clearly specify that what is your topic of interest and what is the X factor in that particular research topic. Brief, specific, informative, and accurate. It should be specific to your area of work. It should give some information of your work. It should be accurate and it should be brief. It should not be too long. Normally, bad practices are too long and technical title will not gain any reviewer's attention or interest. Too short and broad title are too critical to understand. The next important component is summary or abstract. Give a short but informative information to justify the research hypothesis and objectives. Abstract is written to give the information about what is your objective, what is your hypothesis, and on what you are trying to perform and what type of results you are expecting. It should specify, state the objective and aim of this proposal. State the impact, significance, and innovation in this proposal. It should not exceed 250 words and should be written in one paragraph only. It should not cite any references. It should never give any information or conclusion that is not stated in the proposal. Abstract should be written normally after you finish the writing of research proposal. Normally bad practices are no concise description of introduction, challenge and methodology and results. No clear statement of what is the purpose of the study. Introduction should give significance of your study, innovation of your study, and approach you are following. A well-written introduction is the most efficient way to hook the reviewers. Set the context of proposed research, relevance of the project to the society, industry, and technology, relate to the sponsors, agencies, goal, and priorities. All these factors should be written in very properly in a proper flow, which will give the complete understanding of your research project, what is innovation in that, what is the significance, and what is your approach. It should answer what specific need or problem does your research address? How was the need identified and its significance? Who will benefit from the proposed research project? What are the research questions and objective of the proposal? Statement of the problem should specify in 1 or 2 lines. It should specify what you are trying to do, how you are going to do, and why we are trying to do this. A very specific statement which clearly identify the problem being studied. Usually identify the key variables as well as give some information about the scope of the study. Bad practices are no significance of statement, superficial such as it will cure cancer, and or context of the research work. It should, when given an idea, we should be able to specify what similar work has been done leading up to this point. Has this work been done previously? How is any previous work distinguished from what I am planning to do? What group of people will be positively impacted by my research? Academic players we should be able to identify academic players in India, institutes and faculty contribution, research laboratories. We should also able to identify international academic players, the different universities or researchers working on the topic, sponsored research project in the field, industry players, other related contributors, sources, forum, groups and community who all are working on this topic. The next important content is of bibliography. It should include full reference documentation for all books and articles. Normally, we should follow some standard format of IEEE or ACM. Books, periodicals, and websites. Annotated bibliography is there. If it is there, it is well and good to inform the reader about the relevance, accuracy, and quality of the sources cited. The bad practice in this, lack of reputed journal. We should use reputed journal for our organizational capability. Describe your organization, its history and its mission. When we are writing the research proposal, it is very important that the capabilities of to specify the capabilities of your organization. Therefore, it is important to specify its history, its mission, and the type of support you are going to get for this research work. Describe organization strength in terms of staff, facility, and resources. Describe prior experiences relevant to the proposed project. All the research project carried out by your organization, the support you have got up till now or will be given for your research project, that should be stated. The next important content is budget and cost effectiveness. Make sure budget coincide with your narrative. Make sure sponsors will support budget categories you propose. Normally, sponsors are having terms and conditions to support few types of categories of budget. Like few funding agencies will not support travel, but few agencies are supporting. As per your funding agency, you have to decide your budget. Be realistic about your budget. Inflating budget may hurt your chances of being funded, and budgeting too low may make the project impossible to do with funds provided. Estimate cost as accurately as possible, and for that there is a requirement of background survey of market, the equipments used by someone. If the equipment you are asking for, these equipments are used by some funding agency, some research organization, definitely you should try to understand the complete cost requirement of your equipment. Why do sponsors need a budget? For a technical review, sponsors want to know details of how funds will be used. Peer reviewers or program managers want to know if the costs are reasonable in relation to the sponsored work, proposed work. Best practices is to prepare a budget. Why? Because it will, if lump sum budget is also required, then also we should have a detailed budget planning. Sponsors may ask for details at any time, and any uncertain cost you can understand before you are writing. Expected result is heart of the proposal. It needs to be clearly and simply stated. The purpose of this section is to summarize and illustrate the finding in an orderly and logical sequence. The text should guide the reader through the finding and stressing on the major points. Common problems with research proposal are research problem itself. You are not understood the problem and you are not able to specify it clearly. Scholarly background to the problem, uneven, inadequate or erroneous information can be is with you. Writing unclear, too much jargon or not well organized. Methods and work plan are unclear and undefended. The lack of specificity and plagiarism is the most dangerous. Remember, use short, concise sentences. Use diagram to illustrate models. Use tables to summarize data. Never create additional work for reviewers. Attach copies of your own publication that might be seen in relation to your research project. This was about contents of research proposal and guidelines for writing good research proposal. Thank you so much for listening to me, and good luck for your research work.